Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, November 14th, 2012. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University and campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Paul Falgren. In today's headlines, antivirus programmer is questioned for a murder in Belize. An explosion in Indianapolis kills 2 people. The Alamo Dome will briefly become a baseball venue. A child victim testifies in an indecency trial. Tarleton receives a big gift, and a grand jury dismisses a misdemeanor charge against Adrian Peterson. And now today's international, national, and Texas news from the Associated Press. In Belize, police want John McAfee to come in for questioning regarding the murder of his neighbor, Gregory Fall. McAfee is known for creating his antivirus program, McAfee. McAfee has been dubbed a person of interest in the killing of Fall, whose body was found on Sunday. McAfee told Wired magazine that he had nothing to do with his neighbor's murder, but fears that police will kill him if they find him. Police spokesman for the Ministry of National Security said that they want to encourage him to come in. McAfee sold his stake in his company in the early 90s and moved to Belize about 3 years ago to lower his taxes. An Indianapolis explosion that killed 2 people and destroyed a neighborhood is being investigated by the Indianapolis Homeland Security. The explosion was on Saturday and resulted in the leveling of 2 houses and left many others uninhabitable. Investigators believe that natural gas is involved and are recovering appliances from the destroyed homes to find the cause. The investigation is ongoing, and Indianapolis Heating and Cooling Company said that consumers can best protect themselves by having their furnaces inspected regularly. According to the Associated Press, officials with the Texas Rangers and its AAA affiliate have decided to allow the team to play against a to-be-announced team in March 2013 before the Major League Baseball season begins. What's special about these particular games is that they will be held at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. All the interest in the games at the Alamo Dome were due to the fact that the dome wasn't supposed to hold a baseball field, and its width is shorter than its length, due to nearby railroad tracks. The Alamo Dome will pose an interesting game that weekend with the potential for plenty of home runs. City Manager Cheryl Scully said, "We are excited about having the opportunity to have Major League Baseball in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome. This event will be a great opportunity for the residents of San Antonio to experience a highly regarded baseball team in their own backyard. It will also give the Texas Rangers an idea of their local fan base and how much support they have in that city." In regional news, the Stephenville Empire Tribune reports that on Tuesday, a jury was selected for the trial of Joseph Lee Gardner. Gardner is accused of exposing himself to a minor in October 2010. Gardner was arrested in an incident and indicted last year on 3 third-degree felonies counts of indecency with a child by exposure. Gardner is now on trial for the October 27, 2010 incident that occurred on the 500 block of Post Oak Street in Dublin. In this particular incident, Gardner is accused of exposing himself to a 10-year-old girl. Erath County District Attorney Alan Nash told jurors that the child saw Gardner expose himself outside of her house. Defense attorney Blake Thompson believes that Gardner was still working at the time of the crime. In campus news, Tarleton recently held a reception for the unveiling of a donor's over $5 million gift. This charitable donation was from Dr. Lamar Johansson and his wife, Marilyn Timberlake Johansson. This was not just a regular monetary donation. They gave a life estate by signing over their farm and ranch, which has been in the Timberlake family since 1902, to Tarleton. Tarleton would receive the property at the time when the survivor of the other passes on.
Well, my name is Rick Richardson. I'm the Executive Vice President for Advancement and External Relations for Tarleton State University. Our division serves to help raise funds for the university, and when we're fortunate enough to have donors to the university, we're always very, very grateful. When the gift is of the magnitude of the gift that we celebrated today, our staff puts on the celebration event to commemorate the event. It's a very special time in the life of the university and in the life of the donors, and it's our way of saying thank you to them and thank you to the university community when we do an event like this. We'll go ahead and stand up. Drum roll, please. Just a moment before you drum roll, please. But the impact of the gift, once that all transpires, then it will be funding scholarships to a very, very significant degree. The value of this gift was based upon appraisal, current value of the appraisal, has a potential to be much, much more as time goes on.
I'm not surprised at all, and I know all of you who know of them are not surprised either that they are giving back to the university they love, giving back to students in a powerful ways. But what I was surprised by is how darn big it is.
Therefore, it is our hope that our gift today will result in scholarships for students for many generations to come. And hopefully our gift will help keep Tarleton competitive with other universities in the recruitment of students.
Would John M. Stephen be impressed with our gift to this university? I haven't a clue. But my grandmother, Effie Stephen Timberlake, knew the value of an education and would have said, "Well done, young folks, well done."
Dr. Johansson was a former Tarleton professor, and Mrs. Johansson was a Hico and Stephenville schoolteacher and descendant to John M. Stephen, the founder of Stephenville. The ranch is located 15 miles outside of Goldthwaite, Texas. And now for sports. The Associated Press reports that the misdemeanor charge of resisting arrest against Adrian Peterson had been dismissed. Derek Hollingsworth, one of Peterson's attorneys, told the Associated Press on Tuesday that the case with Peterson's July 7th arrest outside of a nightclub in Houston will be formally dropped on Wednesday. Peterson was set to have a pretrial hearing before Judge Natalie Fleming on Thursday. Hollingsworth said that the grand jury could not find probable cause for prosecutors to continue with the trial after Peterson testified. Hollingsworth told the Associated Press that it's what should have happened from the get-go. Hollingsworth also said, "I'm glad it happened, and now." Police said that the incident started when Peterson shoved an off-duty police officer who was working security at the nightclub. The officer then asked Peterson and his friends to leave the club, which was closed at the time. The Associated Press reports that Peterson said in court the week after being arrested that he didn't push, shove, touch anything to anyone that night, especially an officer. Today's forecast is mainly sunny skies with a high of 64 degrees with light and variable winds. Today's broadcast was produced by Kelly Wolf, Sam Norman, and Katie Gibbs. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan on Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Paul Fahlgren. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.